Hey, what's going on, everybody? King Sway here. Uh, Today I'm going to switch it up a little bit. What I mean by that is I'm going to share one of my stories and one of my adventures, and I'm going to ask us a very simple question, and that question is, am I the asshole? Because it's something that happened years and years ago. The reason I bring this particular story up is because we were playing Rifts, or rather, a version of Rifts. I say a version of Rifts because we melded Rifts with 5.0. 5.0 Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I've been doing the RPG horror stories, and I've seen Dungeons and Dragons. I've seen Pathfinder. I've even seen The World of Darkness by White Wolf. I don't ever hear any stories about Rifts. I actually play Rifts, so I figured I'd share one of mine. But before I get into it, I want to say, technically, I'm a that guy. I say technically because I like to be the damage dealer. Now, I think I've said that before. Now, if you're not familiar with Rifts, the system is completely unbalanced. When I say that, I mean you can acquire weapons that blow up towns. No, I'm not joking. Like, seriously, look Rifts up if you haven't played it. It's really unbalanced. Psychic powers, magic powers, cyborgs, aliens, interdimensional beings. You can be a dragon. No, I'm not joking. One of the racial character classes is being a dragon. They have occupational character classes and racial character classes. Mechs. You can pilot a mech, and nobody's really going to bat an eyelash or think twice about it. Actually, there's a mech in my story. We were playing, as I said, we were playing Rifts. But the thing about Rifts is your armor is very important because your armor has hit point values, and in each section of your armor has its own hit point value. Your armor hits 0. That's when you yourself start taking damage, and you have like no hit points in Rifts. Everything is completely, revolving around your armor. So, I played as a techno wizard who liked to, make gadgets and things like that. And I explored into being a juicer. For those of you not familiar with juicers, they're basically Captain Americas. Except that you have to keep your apparatus on you. And you burn out. After, I want to say 7 years. 7 years being a juicer, your body just burns out. Like, there is no resurrection spell that, yeah. You just burn out completely. So, I went into being a juicer. And I also I studied being a cyber doctor. Yeah, that's the thing. They have crazy classes in there. Look it up. Like I said, I urge you guys to look it up if you're not familiar with Rifts. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in there. Now, the reason I ventured into being a cyber doctor and things like that is because one of the things that I noticed in Rifts, they don't use potions. Like, at all. You've got all kinds of magic spells and all kinds of magic weapons and items and things like that, but no, they don't mention potions. At least not in the versions that I have. So, I start mixing and matching and fiddling with things. I've got dragon blood inside of me because I'm using dragon blood, and I'm filtering and making sure it's compatible with my character. And then I'm using magic potions to enhance my strength, my regenerative factor, so I don't burn out in 7 years, and my speed, so I'm hasted like almost all the time. So yeah, I'm better than Captain America. I had a rifle that was my baby. I called her Priscilla. Priscilla was a high-powered, and I mean high-powered laser rifle, but she also fired standard rounds in an underbarrel. But even the standard rounds were custom made. White phosphorus flashes, explosive rounds, so that when it hits you, there's a good chance it's going to blind you. My son, Slayer Gaming, he was younger, but he played a similar character. Now I called my character Ghost. He called his Wraith because we used stealth optic camo and we sniped. So a lot of missions, he and I we were our own little not platoon, squad. We teamed up with a glitter boy. Now, for those of you that don't know what a glitter boy is, if you pick a glitter boy, you start off with your own suit of power armor. It's somewhere between the Mark 1 Iron Man suit from the MCU and like the Mark II. Like, you have a railgun on a big old railgun on your shoulder, and it's got its own mounts and everything. But it's not sleek. It's not engineered. It's big and bulky, and you can pilot it. We had my friend Mike, who he DM'd it, and then we had a guy named Kenny who came in. Now the other guy, Ray, who he was playing as the glitter boy. Up until then, like, we didn't have any problems. I ran routine maintenance on his stuff, and I helped him keep his armor up and going. And I did little upgrades here and there, but I never did anything significant. I kept all the good stuff for me and my son, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, I made items for everybody to use, but I never gave them like my top stuff, my top shelf stuff. So Ken comes in and he asks to have a gun like Priscilla, and I flat out laugh in his face. Like, no, like, I like being like I said, I like being the damage guy. You want something like that, make it yourself. Like, I got the parts and everything all day. We go on scavenge missions, and anytime we do bounties, we collect up any weapons and everything. We take inventory, and then we either sell them for extra credits or we keep them for ourselves. Now, after a while, Ken decides to take Priscilla. And the way he broke into my character's locker, took Priscilla, so that when I woke up, or when my guy woke up, you know, he knows Priscilla was gone. I already knew who took it. So we go on this mission, and Ken worked with other people that didn't like my character, other gangs and stuff, to try and have me killed, because he was actually trying to mine all my research. And he copied it, and he was going to keep copy for himself, but start selling it out to like the highest bidder. Start like an arms race. So we catch up with Ken, and now we find it's not just Ken, it's Ray. Ken and Ray are working together, and it ends up being a good fight. But Ghost and Wraith end up winning, but they don't kill Ken and Ray. Ken and Ray actually make it to a mech. Yeah, like I said, crazy. Again, Ghost and Wraith end up winning, but just barely. So after that, Ghost asked Ken, "Yo, what's good? Like, what'd you really do that for?" It turns out, like, they were just like, "Yo, we were just tired of you being like hogging all the good stuff to yourself. You take all the good stuff and you leave us scraps. Like, we just didn't want that. We want to all be equal." I'm sitting there like, but you guys didn't make this stuff, and if I don't want to give it to you, I don't have to. Like, I make you guys upgrades and all kinds of character equipment and stuff like that. I just don't make you the same stuff that's as good as my stuff, because I like being the damage dealer. I'm also the freaking healer, because I made potions. I had healing potions and nanotech stuff. And other than my son, Slayer Gaming, nobody else really bothered with anything like that. So, and it was like, oh, well, we just really felt like it was unfair. So I stuck to my guns at the time. Like I said, I was like, I don't need to give you anything. My character made this stuff themselves. I give you upgrades to your existing stuff, and I make you weapons. Just because I don't make you stuff that's exactly as good as mine doesn't mean I still don't make you stuff. So with that, that's going to end up being my little tale. And that is where I ask my question. Am I the asshole? Because on one hand, they stole my stuff to shortchange me and stab me in the back, and they were going to take it to the highest bidder and whatnot. Because they may have had in hindsight, I'm saying they might have justification because I wouldn't give them stuff that was on par with what I had, but there was nothing stopping them from going out and outsourcing their own upgrades and whatnot. That's the way I felt about it. But let me know in the comments down below how you feel. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? If you agree with me, tell me why. If you don't agree with me, let me know why. If you're new and you like the story, think about hitting the subscribe button and hitting like. If you're not new and you like the story, think about hitting the subscribe button and the like button. It's a quick action for you, but it lets me know you guys are enjoying my content, and it helps me get my content out there to other people that may enjoy it. And it means the world to me. And for those of you that I do interact with on the regular, you can testify that I do love interacting with you guys. Especially on the last video, someone said, to quote a line from one of your other videos, "Fuck that guy in particular." But I'm King Sway, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.